Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, before you render your decision, I'd like to briefly frame this case within a larger narrative, the historical backdrop, implications, and the significance of the crime of arson. Arson unfortunately has a long history. In truth, this is one of the oldest and most universal condemned actions in human history, going back to almost two millennia. The Roman Emperor Justine's Code deemed arson as a grave offense, with the death sentence as the penalty. The explanation was simple. Fire, a tool used by humans for a long time, is also a very lethal weapon. Using fire as a weapon goes beyond just destroying property. It also puts lives, communities, and entire ecosystems at risk. Why then is arson considered a crime? And why should it be treated with such seriousness? Arson involves more than just starting a fire. It's about deliberate ruin. It's about deciding to destroy what others have created. It's about creating a sense of dread. It's about control. And then there are the repercussions, some of which are permanent. A house is more than simply a structure. A business isn't simply a physical location. A forest is more than just collections of trees. These are fragments of existence. When these things are destroyed, their memories, hopes, and often their financial situations are all lost. Therefore, judges and legal academics generally recognize arson as more than just a property crime. They classify it as a violent crime. By Seinsberg, in the writing of his journal, he stated that arson reflects a criminal act that damages the social fabric of safety and confidence. Setting a fire is more than just a metaphor. It directly destroys the sense of security that ties a community together. Moreover, the understanding of arson is increasingly shaped by its environmental and societal consequences. Douglas Sylvester, in an article for the Chicago Law Review, claimed that arson is a crime with far-reaching consequences, affecting not just the immediate victims, but also first responders, the surrounding community, animals, and public infrastructure. Arson, formerly considered a singular act, now feels like a catalyst, a small fire with the capacity to unleash widespread destruction. What then is the proper penalty? Consequently, severity of the punishment should reflect both of the actions of the offender and the resulting consequences. Jefferson, in his work Criminal Law, Cases and Materials, believes that arson occupies a distinctive position, straddling the domains of property crime and public endangerment. Thus, it warrants significant penalties, including imprisonment, especially when human lives are jeopardized. The legal system must clearly convey that fire should not be used as a tool for revenge, imitation, or careless actions. Let's be honest though, this wasn't a mistake. This is about purposeful planning fire starting. It's the act of striking a match. Not because you have to, but because you want to. The arsonist understands the potential consequences. When people act against the law, the legal systems must respond clearly and forcefully. As you consider this, don't only focus on the charred remains of the building. Consider the personal meaning it held. Consider the community, now staring at a burned out husk, where security once resigned. Consider the firemen, perhaps who braved the flames, putting their lives in jeopardy and on the line. Ultimately, the decision centers on accountability. Fire's history is long, but so is the concept of justice. Today, with these walls, you are the guardians of what is right. I urge you, I urge you to deliver a verdict that reflects our common principles. The act of devastation, carelessness, intimidation will not be tolerated. Thank you, jury.